Welcome back to Wood and Nichols, the movie vlog. It's vlog number 11, and I am here with Rosanna, who is a graduate from
University of Michigan.
Home of the Wolverines. So no more Trojans, at least for today.
Go
we'll
blue.
be back.
Go
we'll
blue.
be back. The reference to Wood and Nichols, the movie, is that when CG departs for college, his mother gives him a last-minute speech about how to succeed, and it's a speech that he knows all too well. Okay. For my college survivors, your question is, what were those pep talks, those words of advice your parents told you over and over and over again before you went to college? For my college dreamers, what are those words of advice that you're hearing over and over again now that you think you'll probably more than likely hear when you get to college? This is a question I've asked before. It will be under the starting college category on the website, and Rosanna's going to share with us.
Well, it's great because my dad would always give me pep talks about going to college ever since I was like really little. And then I think finally when I got into college and I decided on University of Michigan, I'm Latina, my parents are Dominican, and my mom cooks really well, and she's a great, caretaker. She's always taking great care of us. So my dad's main speech to me was, "You're really gonna miss your mother's cooking. What are you gonna do without your mother's cooking? What are you gonna do without her doing your laundry?" Because I wouldn't say spoiled, but my mom did a lot for us. And so my dad, I guess maybe was projecting a little bit, and so he'd be like, "You're gonna be lost without her cooking, and lost without the laundry, and lost with all the things she does for you." And sure enough, you figure those things out on your own, and you're so proud of yourself. I mean, maybe you'll toss in some red t-shirt with your whites and everything turns pink, but yeah, you need to, try and fail, and then you figure it out. But, and I ate dorm food, which was sufficient. Mm-hmm. Gained the freshman 5, not 15, but 5.
I did 20.
Woo! Are you kidding me?
I did 20.
Yes.
It was there. And I wasn't doing a whole lot of exercising, so.
Well, I don't know if this happened, but your parents, if they're really trying to instill good diet values, my mom would never let me have sugary cereals, and I discovered Lucky Charms, and I discovered Pebbles and Cocoa Puffs, and so I went on this crazy sugar binge.
Yeah.
So I would say also just chill out and try not to eat so much junk, but if you do, it'll go away at some point if you want it to. So,
yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, it was a funny thing. That's mainly what my dad was doing, was talking to me about how much I would miss my mom's efforts.
But did you miss her efforts?
I did. No, and to this day, I live in California and they live in Miami, and at that time I was living in Michigan. Whenever I would go home, and to this day my mom will say, "Do you want your favorite dish? So when you get off the plane you can eat it." It doesn't matter if I get there at 2 in the morning. Oh. My mom will cook me rice with shrimp in this saffron sauce that she makes, and plantains, fried plantains. Wow. And I don't care what time it is, I eat it. And so yeah, you miss those things, but at the same time everything is so new.
Yeah, you're
that
just excited.
So excited to eat Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
You're like, "Oh, Lucky Charms!" so that's
so funny.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it went, and I appreciated everything that she did for me so much more when I was kind of figuring it out on my own.
Yeah.
So
thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And I want you to answer the questions too. You can go on over to woodandnicholsmovie.com to share your college stories. What were the pep talks that your parents or your grandparents or your caretakers, your legal guardians, gave you over and over and over again before you went to college? Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.